Hey everyone, welcome back. We've got some huge news today that has the entire Pi network community buzzing. Something pretty wild just popped up on their testnet, and you know what? It looks a whole lot like a bank.
So let's just cut right to the chase, right? This is the question on absolutely everyone's mind. Is Pi Network actually, for real, launching its own digital bank? Well, the answer, it's a little complicated, and that's exactly what we're gonna unpack here.
All right, so what is this thing? Well, a brand new banking interface just showed up on the Pi testnet, and it's been causing a huge stir online. The community has already given it this awesome nickname, the Gargoura Digital Bank.
Now, here's a super important point to remember. While the app itself is very real, that name is totally unofficial. It's a nickname that came straight from excited users in the community, not from the official Pi Core team. And to really get what's happening, you have to know this is all on the testnet. Just think of a testnet as a big dress rehearsal for a play. It's basically a safe, experimental sandbox where developers can try out all sorts of new stuff, like this banking app, without any risk to the live network or to anyone's real money. So what can you actually do with this app? Let's take a peek inside because its features give us some really fascinating clues about where Pi might be going next. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. They're taking this hybrid approach. The interface uses French words like envoyer for send and recevoir for receive, and honestly, it feels just like your everyday mobile banking app. But behind that simple layout is the power of DeFi, or decentralized finance. It lets you simulate moving funds and watch transactions happen in real time, right on the blockchain. And this just drives home that dress rehearsal point we were talking about. Right inside the app, there's a big bright yellow exclamation mark. It's a constant visual warning telling users, hey, this is a simulation. It is absolutely not a working financial tool, at least not yet. All right, so let's zoom out for a second. This banking app didn't just appear out of thin air. It's actually part of a much bigger and honestly, much faster push to build real-world uses within the whole Pi ecosystem.
I mean, just look at this timeline. The pace is really picking up. Back in October, they launched a test version of a decentralized exchange, or a DEX, and tools for trading crypto. Then in November, the Node software got an update, and bam, right after that, this banking interface shows up. It's a pretty clear pattern of one thing happening right after the other.
So here's the key takeaway from all that. All these different updates, they seem to be pointing to one single overarching goal. Pi Network is really trying to build a bridge between the super complex world of DeFi and the kind of simple financial apps that we all use every single day. Okay, now we have to talk about the part that confuses a lot of people. The price of the Pi token itself. It's a real paradox, and you kind of have to understand it to see the full picture. And here's why it's so confusing. Right now, the network is in what's called a closed mainnet. What that means is the blockchain is live and running, but it's intentionally walled off from the outside world. So officially, you can't deposit Pi onto an exchange and you can't withdraw it. And yet, even though it's officially closed off, the Pi token is being actively traded on huge exchanges like Bitget, OKX, and HTX. This creates a massive disconnect between what the project is officially doing and what's actually happening out there in the market. As of early November 2025, the price for these PI IOUs on the exchanges is sitting around 21 cents. And it's not small potatoes either. The 24-hour trading volume is around $29 million. But wow, that is a long way from its peak. Not too long after the mainnet first went live, the token rocketed to an all-time high of almost $3. The volatility has been absolutely wild.
Yeah, this chart really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? That huge gap just shows you how speculative the trading is right now, especially since it's totally disconnected from the official network that's still being built. Now, to put that price in context, we also got to look at the supply. Out of a maximum of 100 billion tokens, only about 8.3 billion are actually out there circulating. This means that as development moves forward and we eventually get to an open mainnet, it could have a really big impact on the token's future value.
So, after looking at all this stuff, what's the bottom line? What does all this progress really mean for the future of Pi Network?
You know, I think this quote just sums it up perfectly. The constant stream of new DeFi features, like the banking app and the DEX, plus all the steady technical upgrades, it all points to one thing, a serious dedication to building real, practical utility.
And you know, that leaves us with the final and probably the most important question.
While people are still debating the project's legitimacy, all the signs are pointing towards a major focus on tangible, useful applications. So is this relentless push for real-world utility the one thing, the ultimate key that's finally going to unlock Pi's true potential? Well, that's the big question we'll all be watching.